Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something super important that many drivers overlook: bad brake rotors. If your car's been acting weird when you hit the brakes, stick around because this could save you money, stress, and maybe even your life. Let's get straight into it. Bad rotors can be a serious issue, and they give you plenty of warning signs before things get dangerous. So here are the top symptoms of bad rotors and why you shouldn't ignore them. First up, vibrations or pulsations in the brake pedal. When your rotors are warped or uneven, the brake pads can't make smooth contact with the surface. Instead, you feel those annoying vibrations or pulsations every time you brake. This happens because the rotor surface becomes inconsistent, maybe from overheating, uneven wear, or even improper installation. The result? You get reduced braking efficiency and a whole lot of frustration. Next is steering wheel shaking. If your front rotors are damaged or warped, you might notice the steering wheel shaking when you brake, especially at higher speeds. This happens because the uneven rotor surface throws off the balance in the braking system, and the vibration travels through the suspension and right to your hands. Here's one you've probably noticed: squeaking, squealing, or grinding noises. When rotors are damaged, they often cause unusual sounds when you brake. Let's break this down. Squeaking or squealing happens when the rotor surface gets glazed, basically polished from too much heat. Grinding, on the other hand, means the rotor has deep grooves or the brake pad is so worn it's rubbing metal on metal. Either way, ignoring these noises means more damage and expensive repairs down the road. Another huge red flag is an increased stopping distance. If your car takes longer to stop than usual, your rotors might be the culprit. Damaged or uneven rotors reduce the contact area with the brake pad, which weakens the stopping power. And in an emergency, that's a big deal. Now, if you actually inspect your rotors, you might see visible damage. Look for things like deep grooves, cracks, or even blue discoloration, which happens when the rotor overheats. These are all signs that the rotor is no longer functioning properly, and you need to replace it as soon as possible. Ever notice a burning smell after braking? That's another sign of a bad rotor. Overheated rotors and brake components create that distinct burning odor. This happens because of excessive friction or prolonged braking. Over time, overheating weakens the rotor and can even lead to failure. Another sign to watch for is uneven brake pad wear. Damaged rotors create uneven contact with the brake pads, which makes them wear down faster on one side. Not only does this reduce stopping power, but it also damages other parts of the braking system. Finally, if your brake pedal feels soft or spongy, that could be related to severe rotor wear. A worn-out rotor affects how the brake pad and hydraulic system work together, making the brakes feel less responsive. So, if you notice any of these symptoms, vibrations, noises, longer stopping distances, or even visible damage, don't ignore it. Get your rotors inspected and replaced if needed. Catching these problems early will save you time, money, and headaches in the long run. That's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more car tips.